Hello and good day to you. My name is Troy Ballard and I'm the developer of this alarms analytics tool. You're currently looking at version 1.8 and in this video we're just going to go over some basic elements of the tool so that you've got a pretty good overview on what its capabilities are and then what it might be able to do for your facility. So beginning up top, along the left-hand side, these are what we call slicers. And in this case, we're able to look at this, the top 10 alarms condition to date, based on what it is right now is, looks like we've got 9 weeks worth of information in here. I can go back and look at week number 8 if I want, 12, or if I hold down the control key, I can select multiple weeks to go back to our original graph. So sometimes that can be helpful as you're trying to drill down into some of the problems that may exist, some of the larger rocks rather that may exist at your own fulfillment centers. If we scroll down on the right hand side here, the next tool is a graph that shows the top 10 lost time in minutes by week and by type. So it takes what we just saw in the pie chart and it breaks it down into the lost time in minutes. So we can clearly see for this facility that the package present photo I blocked is consuming a considerable amount of time, followed by jams or photo eyes that are blocked. Now sometimes those can mean the same things. Then we've got anti-gridlock mode, followed by some live drive faults. So again, we can use the slicer. Let's say I want to go and dive into anti-gridlock just a bit more, then I can go and see what that chart looks like a little bit easier. If I wanted to look at limb drives a little closer, then I could do that. And once again, I can select all 4 to go back to the original chart. So moving on, we really start to get into the meat of where you'll probably spend most of your time. And so what this massive Pareto chart is every alarm condition in the facility over the last 9 weeks, Paretoed out. So naturally you can't read this text down here. I mean you can, but it's not going to be, underneath each one of those data elements. It's not going to make a whole lot of sense to anybody. So you're going to have to filter it down. So let's say hypothetically you wanted to look at, I don't know. Let's say you wanted to look at your inbound side, and you wanted to look at your Gen 3 on the B mod. You could scroll down then, and now you've got a pretty good representation of what may or may not be happening on that particular area. So it shows that we've got an RT here with a considerable amount of jams. And so I just picked that arbitrarily, by the way. And so if we really wanted to now say, wow, holy smokes, this thing has got 303 jams in a period of time, which is almost 5 times what this conveyor does here. Okay, so that's great. That's a potential problem. So now let's go down and see what it's been doing over time, because over time is equally as important as the frequency at which it happens. So we can do that by scrolling down. Scrolling down a bit more, and I want to look at just this RT. So RT, hopefully you can see this, 210100. So I'm going to go and scroll down and over because I want to get to this description area, and I'm going to find that bed, RT 210, looks like it's a bit far, 210100. And so I've got a couple of issues going on here. So I've got an e-stop that could be a lot, and then we've got jams. So let's take a look at one, and then if I hold down the control, then I can look at the other. So this is kind of a cool function because it's gonna put my line chart down here by failure mode and date, right? Dates across the bottom. Failure modes are, if you hover over it, you can clearly see that the orange is the jam or the photo eye that's blocked, and frequency is on the left as well. And then the blue is going to be representing our e-stops. So you can see that, yeah, we've got some e-stops that have been pulled there, but it doesn't, it pales in comparison to our jams. So I'm going to go back up and I can just click on that e-stop again sorry, click on the jam photo to deselect all other instances on the graph, and so now it goes back to blue, which is a default color for the first data point, and you can clearly see that we've got some pretty significant variation here on this particular line. So if I were W. Edwards Deming back in the day, I would say that this process is probably out of control, although we can't see any control lines at this point, but certainly with some extreme highs and some extreme lows, this is probably something that I would want to dig into here at the facility. So, okay, so that's the first video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm kind of learning how to do this, so this whole recording thing, so hopefully you have enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.